Alright, this is the last run of the season. We've got lots of leaves coming down. Blew out the sprinklers. We're going to compost all of this stuff for next year. And this is the last cut. And we'll shoot a little bit of silly GoPro footage of cutting. But so far so good, no major issues. Now, I run the 2 amp battery in this side of the mower. I run the 4 in this side. The 2 will run out faster, and then I can usually get the whole lawn with just 2 of them. But if we're running a little bit short, I'll plug the 2 in and let it charge up a little bit while I'm finishing the other part of the lawn. And that works out pretty well. Today I'll probably be cutting some of the field grass, which is all this buffalo grass that, you know, usually only gets cut a few times a year. I'll cut and trim up the edges of that with this mower today too, and mulch that, or not mulch it, compost that. So we got our bag on, ready to go. So far, no major issues with this. No dirt getting up inside of the coils. We got one squeaky wheel. I put a little bit of bicycle lube in the wheel, and that took care of the squeak. And no damage or no shavings of plastic coming out or anything. The thing doesn't weigh anything. It doesn't take much to push it. Really lightweight. You know, the thing will probably go for a very, very long time. There's not much to it, really. Forgot to take that out, so I went to check the bag, and I have nothing in it. So remember, bagging, remove plug. Leftovers from cats doing what cats do. That might have been a dove. Do this one-handed. And we've got a nice batch of leaf and grass in there. Ah, beautiful. There we go. Good start on next year's compost. Leftovers from kids not completing their chores well. 20 minutes in to the cutting, and the 2 amp battery just gave out on me, so I'm going to pop that out. I did hit a couple of really heavy spots where it really kind of dragged the battery down, so I'm not expecting to go through the other one very quickly, but I'm going to let this cool off for maybe 10 minutes while I mow, and then I'm going to plug it in and let it charge so I can do trim up the buffalo grass areas out here. I wall mounted the battery charger to make it a little easier to plug in and get charging. Still too warm, not positive, but we got a little temperature gauge here with a red light. Red flashing light means it's dead, so we're going to unplug that. So I'm going to let the battery cool off for a little bit, and I'll be back in a few minutes and plug it in once it's cool. Might be able to get one more bag in this side, so we're going to spin it around a couple times and let that settle. More compost bin. Time to go on to the next one that we're starting for next year, or the year after next, I should say. Up the first compost. This one's got a lot of weeds and garbage in it. But that's the last bag. That's 6 1/2 to 3/4 full bags we got off the lawn, and still have about, it's showing nothing left, but the battery was running, so we're pretty good. 2 amp battery, cool down some more. It's been about half an hour. I forgot to come back and get this in, plug it in there, and see if we get our temperature light back on. We're good to go. It's charging. We'll let the 4 amp cool down for an hour, half hour, and then we'll plug that one in. This one should be ready to go. So that's it. I'm going to hit up some of this buffalo grass and stuff later, trim up the edges of it. Battery's pretty much gone after doing 2 lawns. I'm going to let it cool down and charge them back up before I start that. I'll post another video next season after it comes out of storage. But so far, second season was just as good as the first. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.